right, this week's topic is evaluating expressions. So we're going to have an expression such as a plus b, and then we're going to look over off to the side or up at the top somewhere. They will tell us what a is, in this case 2, what b is, in this case 8. Now I'm color coding this. I guess really I should have done this in purple, shouldn't I? I'm going to color code this so that the purple stuff is separate from the plus or minus that might be in the middle. So we're going to be adding two numbers, but maybe not, but maybe. And we're going to replace A with 2, and we're going to replace B with -8. Now sometimes you'll see maybe me type or a book type. They might type this as 2 plus -8 with parentheses because it looks weird to have these two things touching. So if you see parentheses, it doesn't mean multiply. They're not smushed together. It just is trying to separate the plus sign from the minus sign. Okay, so 2 plus -8. Well, remember back to when we did this, if we had a plus and a minus together, we scribbled out the plus sign, and it really just became the problem 2 minus 8. 2 minus 8 is -6. So when a plus and a minus are touching, we scribble this out. But the hardest thing I think to remember is that we're replacing the A, we're replacing the B, and we're still writing the plus, even though we might scribble it out later on, we're still writing that plus sign. All right, let's try a new question. All right, what if we had A minus B? So I'm going to replace A with 2. I'm going to replace B with -8. I still have that pink subtraction sign. Again, you might see it written as 2 minus -8 with parentheses. When we have two minuses touching, that's when we make them into one large plus sign. So it really becomes 2 plus 8. Final answer is 10. All right, new question. What if I start smushing some things together? So I'm going to have 3A plus 2B. So now I'm going to multiply, and order of operations says I add at the end. So 3 times A, which is 2, plus 2 times B, which is -8. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times -8, one negative is negative, so that's -16. I still have my plus sign in the middle. Now I'm getting ready to scribble it out because a plus and a minus, we don't need the plus. 6 minus 16 is -10. All right, let's try another question. What about a division question? All right, let's do a division question. What if I had C divided by A? C is -6, A is +2, one negative is negative, it doesn't matter who it is. That gives me -3. All right, the other part of this week's lesson is some word problems. And there's two ways to work out these word problems. So the question is, if I can read 15 pages in 20 minutes, how many pages can I read in 96 minutes? Option 1 is to make two fractions, make a proportion out of them, and cross multiply and divide. 15 pages in 20 minutes equals X pages in 96 minutes. If I cross multiply, I'm multiplying this direction and I get 20x. I multiply this direction and I get 1,440. Now I'm ready to divide by 20, cross out what's my answer. and I get 72. So I can read 72 pages in 96 minutes. Option number 2 is to say if I can read 15 pages in 20 minutes, I could divide that and figure out how many pages per minute that is. It actually is a decimal. It goes in 0.75 times. So I can read 0.75, I can get through 3/4 of a page basically every minute. Now I take that answer and I multiply it by 96 minutes. I will end up with 72 pages again. So when you do this worksheet this week, you can either make two fractions, cross multiply, you get this equation, and then you divide. Or you can divide and multiply. Either way, doesn't matter, you'll get the same thing. All right, the other kind of word problems you're going to have is going to ask you which option is a better buy, which one is cheaper, or maybe which classroom has the lower teacher to student ratio. So you're going to be given 4 numbers this time. So in this case, a price, $6.50 for 12 or $8 for 15. We want to see the better buy. Better buy means cheaper. Cheaper means smaller. We want the smaller number when we're finished. So we're going to do some division. $6.50 for 12 looks like this. Money always goes on top. Whoever's on top comes inside the house. Money always goes on top. Whoever's on top comes inside the house. And then we're just going to do division. I've got each of them started. I was kind of hoping there would be a difference because this is 0.5 and this is 0.5. So this is going to be 50 something. We don't know how much yet because there's a remainder, but 50 something cents. And this is also 50 something cents. So I guess I need to do another digit up here to see if I can see. Remember, we want the smaller number. Smaller is cheaper. All right, so this ended up being a 4 on top. It has a remainder, which means there would be some more numbers and we could round this, but so far I'm at 54 cents. I added a 0 here. That gave me a 3. There is a remainder, but so far I'm at 53 cents. So I don't have to go any further, even though there's remainders. I can tell who my winner is. My winner is this guy right here. So the $8 for 15, whatever they are, cookies or I don't know what they're going to be, pencils. That is the cheaper price, smaller number, the better buy. So divide, and you're looking for the smallest answer. All right, good luck on this week's assignment.